Hello, American Lit 2 for spring 2025. I wanted to formally introduce you to the class this semester. Like I've said in my pre-semester communication, the schedule for our class will run from Wednesday to Wednesday. So you should expect to see a new module open for the next week, typically by noon on Wednesday, and then your assignments will be due by midnight the next Wednesday. So hopefully you'll kind of get into the rhythm of things. There are a couple of exceptions around mid-semester and finals. We'll have kind of 2 or 3 weeks kind of open at a time when you have perhaps a larger essay due. But for the most part, we'll be working together week to week, Wednesday through Wednesday. For this video, which I will try to keep brief, I wanted to just give a quick orientation of what the class looks like, and some kind of major things that I'd like to highlight from the syllabus. So I'm going to share my screen. And this is what the class should look like to you right now. Always look at this course in modules view. I think that's kind of naturally how it shows up on a computer screen, which is the best way to look at the course. But if you are using a phone app or a device, the Canvas app, it asks you to choose how to view the course. And please choose modules, because otherwise I think it probably looks like a mess. And I organize the weekly assignments and resources by week. So at the top of the course, you have the course details and resources. I'm going to come back up here in a second and go over some highlights of the syllabus. Something new that I'm trying this semester is the badge system, where you will be getting kind of this indication to complete items. And you can see here that the syllabus and the text list, I'm asking you to view them. And once you view them, you'll get the little badge that you've done that. So this is new for me. I'm hoping that it'll be helpful, especially to kind of give you reminders of what you need to look at or complete. But if it ever doesn't make sense or there are any errors, please just let me know, because I haven't done this before. Aside from the course syllabus and text list, I have some really great resources about American literature, and then some general writing resources as well. And I will kind of point to these as you have writing assignments. I'm going to open up the syllabus really quickly. Again, we'll come back to this, but I want to show you before I kind of go to our weekly assignment, what our weekly assignment will look like. At the very end of the syllabus is our course text list. I kind of call it a wish list sometimes because there might be things that we have to skim over, or I'll just kind of change selections. But this is the text list for the semester. I have this also as its own document. So there's a Word document underneath the syllabus that is only the text list. So you might want to download that as well, just to have on hand. So we'll come back to this. You'll also see I'm kind of working backward on the syllabus. This kind of broad course outline. So we'll be working through the readings all semester. Each week will feel kind of familiar in terms of what I ask you to do. Along with the readings from the textbook, we'll also go over some topics that are historical and also kind of woven in somehow to kind of literary history. So from film to journalism to public schools. So really what I consider interesting and important historical and cultural elements that will help you kind of move through the readings and history. So if we come back here, you've seen the welcome and introductions. Pretty self-explanatory. I look forward to going in and kind of getting to know you all better. I want to look together at week 1. This is what the weeks will normally look like. I won't always do an introduction video, but I try to with some frequency. I wanted to click on, so of course the link that I'm showing you is to last year's, but you'll notice that I say click on title on the next page to open YouTube. This is what I mean when I say that. Sometimes, especially with YouTube, but sometimes other links as well, you'll get this sad face. And if I were you, I would think, oh, that's a broken link. No good. Please click here instead on the title, and that will take you to the link.
Hello.
That was weird, kind of a matrix situation. So please keep that in mind. If you ever see the little sad face document, click on the title of the link. If it's still broken, if there's an error, just let me know. But usually that's what that means, is you just need to click through to the page or the YouTube link. Sorry for that confusion in screen sharing. Now, the week 1 assignment. And see, I'm asking you to view all of these things and then submit the reflection. So if you look at the assignment, every week it'll look like this. I ask you to read, watch, discuss, and write. There will be some weeks where you may not have a discussion forum, but you pretty much always will have read, watch, and write. So you will use this to guide your reading for the next week. It's based on the text list, but it might have some changes, more specific page numbers. I may give, if the text list says selections, here is where you'll find the specific selections. So utilize this assignment page, and this is where you'll find what you need to do for the next week. So you'll see here, I'm asking you to go over the syllabus, and this is what to read from your textbook. You'll notice sometimes I'll have a page number. 21 is where Walt Whitman's biography starts, and I want you to read the biography. And then page 31 is where this specific poem is. So that's kind of how to read the text list and to read the assignment. I'm asking you to watch this video that you're watching right now and the linked watch list videos. I have a YouTube playlist for this course, and each week I'll ask you to watch a number of brief videos that go over some of the literature and the history that we're going over. And you'll see that I make a note here, unless I especially assign you a long video, you'll sometimes notice long videos in the YouTube playlist. If I haven't specifically assigned it, you can know that that one's optional. And then I have some introduction PowerPoints that go along with the textbook that you can just kind of go through to get some highlights. Participate in the discussion forum. This is kind of overlapping the getting to know you quiz and discussion forum. Turn in getting to know you and turn in week 1 reflection. So that reflection, I have, again, all of these things that I mentioned. And then the reflection is your assignment beyond reading and watching. So I'll ask you to upload a PDF. So you'll write your response, save it as a PDF and upload it here. And I ask you to read the introduction to the text and the selection of literature. So we just looked at that in the assignment page. And I ask you to respond to 2 things. 1, focus on a specific passage from the introduction that highlights something that you think is interesting. Historical event, a person, people, a law, a movement, literary text, etc. Write about 2 paragraphs about that selection. It can be a personal response, connection to the current events, etc. These are reflections, so you can use first-person point of view. You can write more informally. And then for the 3rd paragraph, respond to one of the pieces of literature this week, and why did it stand out to you? Again, first-person point of view is fine. This isn't a formal essay. I'd like for you to start practicing MLA in-text citations, but you don't need to include a works cited page. And if that's new to you, we kind of ease into it. So around mid-semester, I'll require citations in your reflections, but for now, I just want you to do your best at trying them out. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense in terms of what these weekly modules will look like and what you can expect. The assignment page will have all of the pertinent details. That'll be your checklist for the week. And then I give you links. There's the YouTube playlist. And then the reflection, and sometimes there's also a discussion forum. So those are the basics. I'm going to pull up the syllabus again and kind of go over some highlights. This is some information. So our course is fully online. I'm on main campus in Union. I would love to visit with you in person or via Zoom. My door is always open, literally and figuratively. So I do not want me to just be this like robot entity in your computer, and I don't want to feel that way about you as well. So hopefully we can connect throughout the semester. My office hours are when I'm always in my office. I'm here a lot more than that, though. So if another time would work better for you, just let me know and we can meet. So we'll be going over literature from the Civil War to today. So this is the second half of American literature. You do need a textbook for this course. It's the shorter 10th edition of the Norton Anthology of American Literature. If you have any issues about getting the textbook, please let me know. Everything else I'll give you. So there are a lot of other things that you'll look at, from videos to short articles to websites, but I give you all of that. Technology, obviously you'll need high-speed internet and access to the internet and word processing software that you can produce nice MLA formatted PDFs in. Our Canvas help desk is incredible. Let me know if you have any questions, but they're wonderful as well. If there are issues with like files or links or something that I have made a mistake, I cannot stress enough that I really appreciate it when students reach out and let me know if there's a dead link or if maybe I forgot to open something. I make mistakes. I will never say otherwise. So please don't hesitate to let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Competencies and objectives. This is where what you should come away with the class with if you do what I ask you to do and I do my job. You can tell this has a lot to do with analysis, interpretation, situating literature in history and culture, and also a little bit of research and a lot of writing and reading. These are ECC's institutional student learning outcomes. This class is aligned with the critical thinking outcome, particularly critical thinking 5, that assessment measure, and that will be the final essay. But there'll just be a little added rubric that will be fulfilling that ISLO. This is also a Core 42 class. This will transfer very, very easily. All of this information that I'm scrolling into now in the syllabus is the same from syllabus to syllabus, just institutional kind of policies and regulations. Keep going. Some of this is classroom specific. The controversial course content, I have that on pretty much all of my syllabi. As you might imagine, literature, film, art, all encompass the human experience, which isn't always rated G. So if you have any specific topics or concerns about any of the readings, I cannot stress enough that I would really appreciate it if you would talk to me. I care very deeply about your experience in this class, but I am not psychic. So I need you to talk to me so we can work together. Academic honesty and plagiarism. I'll probably post separately about this as the class gets underway. Plagiarized work gets a 0 in my courses. I want, above all else, your creative, interesting, critical, unique thoughts and words about what you are reading and experiencing. I would rather read a really kind of off the wall, interesting interpretation of a text with grammar errors than read something that looks very robotic, whether you copied and pasted it from Course Hero or use generative AI. So I have a pretty hard line against generative AI. I consider it plagiarism. I make that clear in my syllabus. And again, we can talk more about this. I'm sensitive to the length of this video, but please be familiar with this part of my syllabus, because to be frank, my online classes are the ones where I started to see the most generative AI use the most. And that is not why you're here. That is not why you were in a class that is meant to be about deep reading, critical thinking, creative interpretations. I need your brain to do that. I need your voice. If you have questions about any software, because I understand, I am empathetic to the reality that things like Grammarly have become much more intrusive in rewriting your work to make it sound like a robot. When Grammarly used to just be kind of glorified spell and grammar checker. So I understand that it can be confusing and overwhelming, but I'd rather you reach out to me than use these tools to pass off thoughts and writing that are not your own. So please keep that in mind. We'll talk more about that. I do use Turnitin, the plagiarism detector that does have an AI detector. Both of those detectors I don't take as gospel. I don't just like look at a red flag and say like, oh, that's clearly plagiarized. I will have a conversation with you about it. There are a lot of drawbacks to that kind of software. But I use it to start conversations, not to make judgments without talking to you. You need to log in. You need to be part of the class. So we will have weekly work. You'll need to be logging in and spending time in Canvas and spending time reading and writing each week. That's how I take attendance. I accept late work. So even though an assignment might close on Wednesday at midnight, if you talk to me and you want to resubmit it or want to submit it late, just let me know. Again, open line of communication. That will take us everywhere. Be sure to be proactive. We have so many resources on campus that are here to help you succeed, from your success coach and Watermark to the Learning Center, online tutoring, the library, your instructors, of course. We are here to help you succeed, but you have to communicate with us and reach out. Method of student evaluation, I can pretty much guarantee that we're not going to have exactly 1,000 points at the end of the semester, but this does give you an overview of where your grade will come from in this class, and it is pretty much all writing. So you can understand why I'm so very passionate about it being your voice. So you'll be doing a lot of reading in this course and a lot of writing. Not all of the writing is formal. These weekly reflections, again, you are using first-person point of view, talking about your experiences, weaving them into the readings. It will not all be formal writing. And then we're back here to the course outline. So I went backward a little bit, but let me stop sharing. So hopefully in this first week, you really get acclimated to the course so far, to the syllabus, the text list, the resources that are at the top of the class. And then you start getting used to how these modules look. Because this first week, again, you look at that assignment and do whatever you need to do to stay organized. Have a planner, whether it's online, on paper, and go through the read, watch, discuss, and write. And make sure you're completing everything and looking at everything from week to week. If you ever have a question, if you ever have a concern, please reach out to me, email me, message me in Canvas, call me, stop by. I am here for you. And I look forward to getting to know you and getting to hear your voices this semester. Good luck. And again, let me know if you need anything at all.